Kristyn Clarke here backstage at Rock Allegiance in Hershey, PA with Chris of Blackstone Cherry. Can you introduce yourself to our site visitors?
Yeah, I'm Chris. I sing and play guitar for the band.
Great. Thank you so much. So, what does it mean for you guys to be a part of such a huge festival? I mean, we've got so many bands playing on this show. Is there anybody you're looking forward to seeing?
We're just here for the Hershey's candy. They hooked us up today, and I think we got a free pass to the park, which I'm not going to use because I don't like roller coasters. But no, I'm looking forward to a lot of friends in bands. The 3 Days Grace guys, the Seether guys, Buck Cherry guys. I've always been a big fan of STP, so that's going to be fun to see again. We played with them when they first started playing together again in Oklahoma City several years ago. But I'd say I'm looking forward to seeing them the most.
Awesome. And you guys just recently released the lyric video for Like I Roll. And, how happy are you with that's been performing so far? I mean, there's been so many singles that have come off this album.
We've been very lucky on this. John actually did the lyric video. He actually filmed all that himself and edited everything. I think he had a buddy of ours in California edit it, but John did all the filming and everything. But we've been very fortunate off of this album. We've got like 5 more shows the rest of the year. We're going to take some time off. I got a little boy on the way, so it'll be nice. I think it's my first. We're going to take some time off and then start working on a new record next year.
It's awesome. I was going to ask if you were going to tease us with any new material coming soon.
We'll probably start writing around February or March next year. We're going to take some time off. We've never just taken a break and been like, let's have some downtime and be humans for a little bit. But we're going to do that, and then we'll start working on some new stuff. We're excited about it. So
being with life on the road, and I mean, you guys have been touring constantly. The last time I think we caught up with you guys was at Rock on the Range out in Ohio. And, how do you best keep your edge, like, on the road? How does that work?
When we're not playing, the days that we have a place to do it, I'm big into compound bow. I shoot bow quite a bit, and I'm going to start hunting this year and everything. Bows and guns. We like to go to gun ranges and stuff like that. Some of the guys like to go to malls and just relax, but me personally, I want to get outside and do something, be active.
Oh, well, that definitely makes sense, and I'm sure you guys are way overdue for some R&R coming up. So,
yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're finally going to take some time off.
Absolutely. So, can you talk a little bit? I don't want to say his name wrong, so I may cut it out. But the video that you did for Randy, what's his? It's yeah. All right, it's not just me, but I mean, it was such a touching tribute that you guys did the private concert for him and everything. What was that like? How gratifying was that for you, even from an artist standpoint, to be able to do that?
Well, when you find out someone that's serving in the Army is a huge fan of the band, and that they want to be a part of something that you've done, it's the ultimate payoff. Because you actually get to touch someone's life that way through music, and I thought that video turned out great, and my son's due November 25th. I can't imagine being gone 10 months after he's born. So my hat's off to guys like Randy that have to do that and have to give that sacrifice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, you always hear a lot of bands that are getting involved with playing overseas and doing that, but it's like one of the first times that I've seen such a touching video tribute to it and everything. It was amazing.
We've wanted to do the USO stuff. Every time we book it, something comes up, another tour that we have to go do to try to break a new territory. So hopefully sooner, than later, we'll get to go do some shows in Iraq or something like that.
Awesome. So for you personally, what was a pivotal music moment for you that made you decide that you wanted to pursue music for a career?
My grandpa and my dad are both musicians, so they were a big part of it. But, I just basically wanted to be like my dad and play guitar, and, I dedicated my whole life to it, and it worked out for me, I guess, thank God. But I'm proud of it, that I get to play guitar and I don't have to work a 9 to 5. It's pretty awesome.
I was going to ask, what do you think that you'd be doing instead?
If I wasn't playing music, I would work in a studio or something. It would have to involve music in some way.
Did you ever have a favorite odd job growing up?
No, the only jobs I ever had were like farm jobs. I'd work on farms and stuff, but that and I did masonry work. But I would pick farm work over masonry work.
So, how do you feel about the overall evolution of the band to this point? Starting young, I'm sure you guys have witnessed some changes within the music industry. That's always changing. How do you feel that rock is doing right now?
As far as a commercial standpoint, rock and roll's not in the greatest spot it's ever been. But, and that's as far as like record sales and the mass media buying product. But people are still coming to concerts because that's the one thing you can't download it. You can't, even if you watch it on YouTube, it's not like being there. And, so as long as there's live music, I think rock and roll will always live on.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I always say. People that say rock is dead have obviously not come out to any of these big festivals or tours, and it's definitely become more of a touring thing and less of a sales thing, I think. So.
Yeah, it used to be that, you made a record to go tour. Well, now, you tour to pay for making a record, So it's a double-edged sword, because you're in the business and there's one revenue stream, but that revenue stream has to make up for the loss of revenue stream. So, it's basically the musicians you see on stage are doing it because they love it.
So, how have you guys embraced social media? That's been such an uprise of the way we learn about bands and share music and things like that.
I'm not big into social media. Ben, our guitar player, he does our Facebook and stuff like that. I guess I'm behind the times. I would rather just call somebody than email them or something. But you can't sense emotion. No matter how many smiley faces or sad faces you put, it doesn't sound like hearing someone say words. So that's my kind of thing on it. I check the band's Facebook every now and then, but like I never reply because it's not the same as saying something to someone in person.
So, what's been one of your standout fan experiences? Has there been anything particularly memorable?
When I remember when we played some of our first shows overseas, and the crowd were singing the songs, even the songs that weren't singles. It shows you that they still care about the band and not just the single they have out at radio. I think the whole, European experience for us is probably the most overwhelming thing we've been able to do.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually just discussing with Keith from Buck Cherry about the same thing, and he said, these European fans, like when you're over there, their radio is so limited, so they're actually listening to the entire album, and they're, they know how difficult it is for American bands to get over there, and like it's almost like, I don't want to say more appreciative, but I guess it can be.
They can be, and that's nothing against the American fans at all, but American fans get the opportunity to see American bands every single day. Right. When you go to a foreign territory, they don't have that luxury, So they may be more appreciative in some cases. Just like I would rather play somewhere in the Midwest than I would play New York City, just because New York City has a concert every single night. A city in the Midwest isn't going to have a concert every single night.
So, what was it like for you starting out?
We started the band on my 16th birthday. It's been the same four guys since day one, and not many bands can say they've been together for 11 years.
Same lineup and everything, yeah.
But we started playing like some country dance halls and stuff, when they would let us, and we called and begged and got on a show with Shinedown, and they passed our music off to some people and got the ball rolling for us.
That's definitely one of those like true success stories. It's like dream come true stories.
Absolutely. We literally called and begged to get on the show to play with them, and we played for free just so we could play with Shinedown. It was right when Fly from the Inside was released as a single. So his first album, when Jason Todd was still in the band, and he and Brent, gave our music to the powers that be, and lo and behold, here we are, 6 years later, still doing this.
Well, I mean, it was great that they did that. I mean, so oftentimes you think that you pass a CD off to a band or something, and they're like, "Oh, let me just put it in the pile over here." And
That's why I listen to every CD I'm given. You know, I give everything a listen because, you know, the fact that some people were cool enough to do that for us is why we have a record deal. You know.
so, so just for fun question for you, being with like all the 2012 hoopla that's going on and the possibility of the Armageddon happening, what would be one of the last things that you would like to be doing?
Not giving a damn if it happens, because there ain't a damn thing I can do to stop it. So, you know, I guess for me it'd be, you know, if something were to happen and the world were to end, if I was at home with my wife and my newborn son, can't really ask for more than that.
No, absolutely not. That's very honest. So it's true. I think that deep down in everyone's heart, that's kind of where they all know that they want to be.
I try to get my whole family to come to my house. You know, if they issued a statement on December 21st that said the world was going to end at 9 o'clock, I'd call my whole family and be like, come to my house. I'm going to cook some food and eat, and we'll all have a good time together, you know.
So, other than taking a short break, like after, is there anything else on the horizon?
Not really. We're just going to start working on a new record, and I'm going to be taking care of a baby boy.
That's awesome. It's great that you are so excited. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out to speak with me. I appreciate it. The set was awesome today, and we certainly look forward to new material coming next year. Thanks.